Good evening, everyone. Right now, it's 9:02 on Thursday, February 10th. The most fashionable Able Sister label is visiting us today. She says she needs volunteers to help with some research. If you have time, visit her in the plaza. That's all for today. Have fun out there. Alright, here we are, back in Animal Crossing. Just a letter from Jolly Red with something that I am like 80% sure is fake. No, actually, no, never mind. That's actually real. Nope, never mind. That's totally real. I just remembered what it is. It did snow yesterday, so we do have snow things. Oh my god. So yesterday was I was kind of all over the place. But I'm a little bit more focused today. Praise beyond a helix. And there we go. That's better, I guess. Yeah, I'm a little bit more focused. I've had some more time to think about the direct. And that's, again, I know we talked about it yesterday, and we'll be talking about it again today. Yeah, my head's definitely screwed on tighter, and I'm not triple tasking this time, you know, just casual Nintendo Direct talk. A post-mortem, if you will, even though the Direct is only a day old. Yeah, same difference. Oh my gosh. So we're starting late again tonight, but there actually is a purpose behind starting late again tonight. I actually did a thing. I made a spreadsheet. You know me, good old Hubert here, making a spreadsheet. I'm still watching DuckTales. Oh my gosh, it is so good. I'm well into the second season at this point. And yeah, it's really good. It works really well. It's really funny. I like all the characters. It's cool to have Della back and the things I know they're gonna eventually do with her. Hopefully. I don't know. I'm at the what episode am I at? Oh gosh, I don't even remember. Oh, I'm at the Darkwing Duck episode. Not the second one, the first one. Where they introduced Darkwing Duck in like a Christian Bale style Darkwing Duck reboot that's clearly basing off the Dark Knight. And yet, so the show, okay, so here's the thing about DuckTales. They make a joke. There's a joke in DuckTales that I don't think actually applies to the original Darkwing Duck, about there being like an evil negative Darkwing Duck. In the original show, there was like an evil negative Darkwing Duck, and the show got canceled, so you never found out what happened to him. Then in the so that's a joke within the DuckTales reboot that may or may not be related to the actual Darkwing Duck show. But within the DuckTales reboot, they do a Darkwing Duck reboot, you know, like The Dark Knight Rises, and they have the Darkwing Duck actor, but he becomes that evil negative version of himself. And much like the in-universe joke, they never bring him back. They set up there's like an evil negative Darkwing Duck, and then DuckTales was canceled before they ever brought him back. So they literally wrote a joke about a show being canceled, and then had their show canceled before they could ever complete the joke. Admittedly, they got a proper ending. Like, DuckTales ends on a good note. But, like, I find that hilarious, that they wrote a joke about a show being canceled just to have their own show be canceled. At least, from my understanding, it was canceled by Disney executives. Maybe it wasn't, maybe there's a little bit more nuance there. But I know there was a point where it came out that, like, yeah, people were no longer working on the show, the finale had been written and finished, and it was, I think at the time it was still being animated. But yeah, that was a whole controversy that happened at one point. And while I'd always would have loved, like, for them to actually do Darkwing Duck, because they set it up, and, like, it's like, oh yeah, I still love these characters. I would totally love more Darkwing Duck. It didn't happen. But hey, the original's still there. I haven't seen the original in years. I really should. I did rewatch Batman the Animated Series. And that... I rewatched the entire Justice League universe. God, it's so good. The Justice League Animated Universe. Which is, I think, what we're retroactively calling it. Still really cool. But yeah, no, I'm enjoying DuckTales. I'll be done with it in no time flat. Okay, it'll probably be end of the month. I don't know, maybe earlier. Let's come around here. And there we go. Perfect Snowboy, of course. I've gotten good at eyeballing it. At least when using the path. Without using the path, nah, I still can't do it. Probably not anyways. I don't know, I don't think I've actually tried doing it not on the path. I mean, I guess I could try. But I guarantee I'll get it wrong. Oh, hey, Sydney, what's up? I'll see what I can do, Sydney. So we still need 2 fossils and a money tree. Oh my gosh. And I gotta keep an eye out for a damselfly. So I guess we should just, because today's all we're doing is talking Nintendo Direct. Like always, you know how this works. You've been around here long enough. Admittedly, spending 2 days on a Nintendo Direct is a lot, but I was kind of out of it yesterday. I don't know if how well that comes across in the stream, but I was kind of out of it. Which, I did upload the stream archive. That's up on YouTube, and I broke it up into 2 parts, just for consistency's sake. Yep, I'm willing to break up the Nintendo Direct archive. Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, nope. Still, like, 5-hour streams. Because, God, that was going to take, like, way longer. And I did not have the time for that. I mean, I might have, but, nah. I was thinking about doing a Captain Toad, like a highlight video. I do those highlight things, and I was like, I want to keep them around, like, I don't know, like 30 minutes-ish. But I know the way I do things, it just ends up at, like, 2 hours. Which is not what I'd want to do. But that's how this would end up going. I don't know, I've thought about it, I just haven't had the time. Because, I'm constantly busy, constantly working, never stopping. Alright, we got fossils. Let's go talk to Blathers and turn these in. We also got a bunch of gyroids. Because, yeah. So the Nintendo Direct was yesterday. Overall, a day later thinking about it, I'm still positive on it. Yeah, I still like it. It was definitely a very... I saw a joke about, like, someone being like, Donkey's having a meltdown watching every other game in this Direct be an RPG. Which, yeah, fair. But, yeah, it was a very heavy RPG Direct. But it's RPGs that I like. Like Xenoblade. And Earthbound. And I'd like to one day play Chrono Cross. Admittedly, I gotta play Chrono Trigger first, probably. Not that I don't know how related they are, but I still need to play, like, Chrono Trigger is, like, such a big thing, and I've never played it, and it wasn't on the SNES Classic. I also gotta play, I I guess that Live a Live? Live a Live? It's probably Live a Live. Live a Live. I don't know. I guess that's, like, also, like, an amazing game. Like, that's one of the best, SNES games ever that, again, never came out outside of America. Will I play it? Probably not, but it looks great. I don't know. I heard that later on. Like, later on in the day, seeing what other people's reactions were. Mostly, from looking around the internet, other people's reactions seem to be, you know, like, it was a fine direct, kind of like where I was. Like, yeah, not everything was amazing, but it was fine. Now, there has been a Mario Kart controversy, and boy, we will get to that, but we will probably get to that last. Because, oh boy, do I have some thoughts on the Mario Kart stuff. But I guess let's start at the very beginning. Now, I'm going off of a Kotaku article. Just a Kotaku article that's, here's everything shown at the today's Nintendo Direct, with the subline, some announcements, some teasers, some disappointment, the usual. So yeah, I think that's a pretty good summation of the Direct. You know, there's some good, there's some bad, there's some eh. Yeah, it's a Nintendo Direct at this point. Oh. Yeah, where's some... So the first thing on here is Fire Emblem Three Hopes. So, this still surprises me. Like, I'm honestly still surprised at this one. Because I just straight up did not expect a new Fire Emblem. Or, well, I expected a new Fire Emblem. I didn't expect a new Fire Emblem Warriors. Like, we all kind of knew we were getting a new Fire Emblem game. It's just, it had been a while. Again, I think Three Houses was 2018. So it just kind of made sense to get a new Fire Emblem. I did not expect another Warriors game. Give me a second, I'm Googling something. Okay, I thought so. I'm actually curious, what are the sales of Fire Emblem Warriors? Do we know that? We might know that. I'm actually curious. God, am I becoming Arlo? I watched Arlo's reaction, and when he gets to Xenoblade, which we will talk about, he's like, why? Why are these games getting so much? Why does Nintendo support Xenoblade so much? It only sells 1.5 million units. And I'm like, come on, Arlo, not everything's about sales. And then, meanwhile, here I am talking about Fire Emblem Warriors, being like, how are we getting a new Fire Emblem Warriors game? The first game didn't sell that well. So, yeah, let's see. Fire Emblem sold 41,000 copies in its first week in Japan. It sold 1 million copies? What? Fire Emblem Warriors sold 1 million copies. Holy shit, I guess the game did. I don't know. Maybe it's just the fact that, fake. Gosh dang it, this is one of the few we're missing and it's always fake. I think this is like the 8th fake version we've got of this. Yeah, no, like the fact that nobody ever talked about Fire Emblem Warriors, and the fact that, I got it on sale for like 20 bucks. Maybe even, again, it was like 15 or 20 bucks. Like, with a year after release, I just thought the game failed. Because, like that's the only reason Nintendo games ever go on sale. Like Codename Steam or Sushi Strikers. Right? I got those games for cheap because they failed. I think I got Codename Steam for like $5 a year after release. I got Sushi Strikers for, I think I got the Switch port for $10, like a year after release. I could have gotten the 3DS port for $5, but I was like, yeah, I'll pay the extra $5 for the Switch port. Right? I expect these games to, right, when games go on sale like that, specifically Nintendo, I'm like, oh, these things failed. Then again, I did get Deathloop like a month after release for like $25. Okay, it was probably 3 months after release. Was it? When did Deathloop release? I don't remember. I got Deathloop for like $25, and I don't think it's gone lower than 25 since then. But yeah, belongings, that's bad. But yeah, no, 1 million units. Okay, again, that's the average Xenoblade game sells about 1.5 million. So yeah, I guess it was a big enough success to make another one. I just feel like it hasn't. I guess it just hasn't had that much of a cultural impact. Like Three Houses had a huge cultural impact. I still see people talk about Three Houses. Nobody talks about Fire Emblem Warriors. And maybe that's partially why. Maybe that's why this is specifically like. So we had Hyrule Warriors, and then we had Age of Calamity, which was more of a story-based game, based in the Breath of the Wild universe, instead of just like the Hyrule Warriors, which was nebulous Zelda timeline stuff. Now we're getting Three Hopes, right? Fire Emblem Warriors was vague Fire Emblem timeline stuff, and now we're getting Three Hopes, which is specifically in the Three Houses universe. Now, I still don't know what exactly the story is going to be. Because even though I own Three Houses, again, I actually did get that one for, I think $20 or $30. Yeah, that one, I actually did get that one on sale as well. But again, that was like years after release. That was in like 2021. That was years later. I saw a Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze on sale for like $40. And I was like, God, if that was 10 off, I'd probably do it. 30, I think, is just a little too high for me. But 20, or 40 is a little too high. But 30, yeah, I'd probably buy it again. I really like... Tropical Freeze is one of the best platformers of all time. Oh, Stitches! Ooh, we might make a house for Stitches right now. Because Stitches is cool. Yeah, maybe. We'll think about it. Maybe I'll come back later. Oh, and it's also Molly. Interesting. But yeah, so Three Hopes, I don't know how story-wise this is going to work. Because from having never played Three Houses, from my understanding of Three Houses, the three characters, who the only one I still remember is Edelgard, they hate each other, right? Like, they end up... Especially, like, I know the blue one, Claudius? Something like that. Especially hates Edelgard. And Edelgard hates the church. And I don't remember what the third one's doing. I don't remember the third one's problems. Oh, I guess we'll do this now, while we're here. We'll pick between Stitches and Molly, whichever one is more interesting. But yeah, so maybe this takes place between... them being at the monastery and them all being adults trying to kill each other. Maybe that's the story in this, is that it takes place in that weird timeline. I want a colorful vacation home. I'd rather do colorful. That sounds more interesting. Yep. But yeah, it's just like, maybe it takes place in between then. My other idea is still the Revelations idea. That instead you're on like an alternate sort of path, an alternate timeline, where instead of them all hating each other, they all become like friends. Which, admittedly, that did not work for Fire Emblem Fates. Because you had Birthright and Hoshido, and you could pick between either side, and then you had Revelations where you like, oh, you made your own destiny, you picked your own side. And that just straight up, like, didn't work. Yeah, I'd rather do this one. Yeah. Yeah, the Revelations just didn't work. Like, ooh, that was not... Nope. At least that's from what I've heard. I still defend Fates. I never beat Fates, but I played some of it. I enjoyed it. Fates was fun. Enough. I specifically did Nor. I specifically did Hoshido. I did not do Nor. I did Birthright. I did not do Conquest. But I enjoyed what I played of it. You know, I never beat it. But I heard Revelations just kind of like completely dropped the ball. Revelations is the Fire Emblem game old Fire Emblem fans think modern Fire Emblem is. That's, I think, the best way to describe it. Because people are way too mean Old Fire Emblem fans fucking hate Fire Emblem. Modern Fire Emblem, anyways. You know, it's that meme. You're like, damn gamers, they ruined gaming. Right? That's what that is. I know it comes from a Simpsons joke about, like, damn Scotsmen, they ruined Scotland. Right? That's it. Damn Fire Emblem fans, they ruined Fire Emblem. Because they hate it. Oh my gosh, do they hate some Fire Emblem. Ooh. Oh, the carnival's in town. Ooh, we're gonna have some fun with this. Maybe. But yeah, so I like, I guess I'm somewhat interested in it. Like, I'm not, like, definitely gonna go out and, like, guarantee to play it or anything. But you've got me interested enough in your Fire Emblem game. I'll say that. Because I liked Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. And I own Fire Emblem Warriors. And while I have been thinking about picking up the original Fire Emblem, I haven't actually... while I have been thinking about picking up the original Hyrule Warriors, I haven't committed to anything yet. But I did enjoy me some Fire Emblem Warriors. I really did. Or I enjoyed Age of Calamity. I did. I really did. Trust me. Big bear, smaller bear. But yeah, so it's just, I find this wild, like, that this even happened. But, I mean, I guess it's cool that it did happen. Like, there are weirder things that could have happened, that's for sure. But hey, I'll take a new Fire Emblem, sure. I need to play through Houses. I've owned it this entire time. Admittedly, there's a lot of games I need to play right now. Yeah, so many games to play, so little time to play them. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, next up is... Okay, I was looking at Fire Emblem Warrior sales. Next up is... Oh, come on, this... Oh, No Man's Sky is on Switch? Again, that just... I know we live in the era of No Man's Sky having redeemed itself. Right? It's been... I know people really hated No Man's Sky for a while, but since then, the team has put in a lot of hard work, and No Man's Sky has been effectively redeemed. People recognize that, No Man's Sky is good now. And I get, you know, I do like an indie dev success tale, so yeah, I guess I'm down for that. Yeah, you know, if No Man's Sky can be good, let it be good. I'm not going to pick it up, obviously, because I already own it on PlayStation. Yeah, I own it on PS4. I need to put, I only played like a few hours on PS4. I should probably do more. But I enjoyed it enough, you know. I enjoyed it. And yeah, it's cool to see it coming to Switch. I'm sure it'll run fine. I'm just... Again, it's another game that just kind of makes sense to be on Switch. I'm kind of surprised it wasn't there earlier. Yeah, I'm gonna tear out some of this stuff. I see that dino cutout. Yeah, I'd rather have that. Maybe we'll even move some of this stuff. Yeah, I'm just kind of surprised it didn't happen earlier. Honestly, it would have made sense for it to happen earlier. And it just sort of never did. But hey, it's here now. And yeah, and eventually when GTA 5 eventually does come to Switch, I'll say the same thing. Like, this should have been years ago. I said the same thing on Overwatch, but fuck Activision Blizzard. Man. Bunch of shitty-ass studios. Yeah, look at that. A whole forest diorama. That's cute. Oh, we can get a slushy machine. Nah. There it is. Teacup set. Teacup ride. Oh, do I have room for teacup ride? Um... This has suddenly become very hard to do. Yeah, No Man's Sky. Oh gosh, I shouldn't have. I should have waited until the end to design the house. No, I'm actually glad I did it now. And then I said this cotton candy machine. I want this cotton candy machine here. I guess we should put something in the middle. Let's see. Next up, oh god, this. Oh my god, all the ads on this stupid page. Oh, Mario Strikers. So, Mario Strikers, again, I saw a lot of people predicting, hey, you know, we're probably going to get a new Mario Strikers on, right? A lot of people, or at least maybe not predicting it, but hoping that it was going to happen. And, I mean, I guess it makes sense, a new Mario Strikers. I know people liked the original, but I didn't think it was going to happen, honestly. I didn't think we were going to get a new Mario Strikers. There were just kind of some pieces, in my opinion, that were missing. You know, it really sucks having to put this table and chairs here. That's what makes... Like, honestly, if I could just turn this into, like, a full amusement park room, I'd be happy. But the fact that I can't... Ugh, that makes everything so much more complicated. I guess we'll just use the rug like that. I need something in the floor in the middle here. Yeah, I guess here's your mini amusement park. Stitches, there you go. It's not my best work, definitely, but... it's fine. But yeah, Mario Strikers, I, you know, I worry, because I yesterday accidentally referred to Next Level Games as Camelot. Next Level Games, I think, did Mario Golf, they did Mario Tennis, and, yeah, Camelot, I did say that, right? Camelot does Mario Golf, they do Mario Tennis, and my hope was, right, they have not been doing that good with the sports games recently. I don't think Camelot, right, they've kind of run out of ideas on making good Mario sports games, because they've made them more about the sport and less about Mario. That's the problem. And that's my same problem with the Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics games. They're more about the Olympics and less about Mario versus Sonic. And I still hold that same opinion. I love those games. That's why I like the 2010 at the Vancouver Olympics. Because it at least... yeah, there was still the Olympics there, but it had more fun with it. But from what I hear, Strikers is like one of those few exceptions. Strikers is like, no, it's about Mario and soccer second. Like, you're not... like, it's a more action-packed version of soccer. I just hope it's good. It's the same team that did the original two. I hope, like, Nintendo hasn't, like, forced them to water it down. Because I'd hate, like, it would not surprise me at all if part of the reason the Mario, like, golf and tennis games were way less interesting now is because Nintendo wanted Next Level, or Camelot, to make them less interesting. Right? They don't want to tarnish the Mario brand, as you would say. Mario has to be their pristine little paragon. Right, kind of like Mickey Mouse, even though admittedly Mickey Mouse takes more risks than Mario nowadays. No joke. Some of those Mickey Mouse animated shorts, man, they have some fun with that. But, yeah, Strikers, it's just like, I want this to be something more like the original Strikers, I guess. More focused on the crazy action. And so far, it kind of seems like that's what we're getting. We're getting that crazy Strikers action. You know, right now this is very early on, so we haven't seen much of it. But, you know, there's hope. There is hope. Okay, I was reading something real quick. I gotta text. But yeah, so that's... I guess we'll see more of it. People have noticed that Daisy's not in the game. At least from what they have shown so far, if they look at the character roster, there's no Daisy. Which I think is interesting. I totally think Daisy's going to come eventually, whether that be it's just not shown, she just hasn't been shown yet, or she's going to be shown like later on after the game right? It'll be like, you know how like most Mario sports games work nowadays, where a few weeks after release they add in a few courses or a few characters or whatever. So Daisy might come later, but I'd be amazed if she wasn't there. She's a staple to the Mario sports games at this point. It'd be like not having Waluigi. Waluigi is literally only exists for the sports games. And that one dancing game, but we don't talk about that. I mean, we could. I'm honestly not surprised Nintendo... Like, Just Dance is huge. Nintendo could totally get into doing a... I mean, I don't think... I mean, I'm sure... I mean, they still make it on the Wii, so it must still sell good. The fact that, yeah, Ubisoft still makes them. But yeah, Nintendo could totally do a Mario rhythm game again and have Waluigi be the main villain. Yeah. I wouldn't buy it, obviously. I'd much rather buy a new Rhythm Heaven, which... If they ever make a new Rhythm Heaven... I don't like rhythm games. I just don't have sense of rhythm. But if they ever make a new Rhythm Heaven game, I will be on the front lines. I will buy it. One, because they do seem kind of interesting. And two, I want more, right? It's like, and I said the same thing about Pikmin 3. Or, no, not Pikmin 3. I tell the same thing to other people about Pikmin 3. Like, even if you don't love Pikmin, still maybe consider picking up Pikmin 3 versus people who do with the hopes of one day getting Pikmin 4. Ah, God, I love Pikmin 3 so much. But yeah, so Strikers, I guess I've never played one of the previous games. I guess there was a Strikers game on Wii. Personally, I don't remember that, like, at all. I don't remember there being a Strikers game on Wii. But I guess there was. I remember there being a baseball game on Wii that I did own and I did enjoy. Because again, I remember it doing, like, wacky and weird shit. Like... Yeah, I remember the Mario baseball game on Wii being kind of weird, and there was like a whole story mode to it and everything. But no, I'll take a new Strikers, I guess. I don't know, I've never played one before, and this is a game that if they do like an online tech demo, that'd be great. Oh, speaking of tech demos, I don't have Nintendo Switch Online anymore. So when they do that Wii Sports tech demo, I won't be able to play it. Or Switch Sports, whatever, I'm still going to keep calling it Wii Sports. I know the Wii branding's a different thing, and that Nintendo has moved away from, because, like, right, Ring Fit Adventure is called Ring Fit Adventure. It's not called, like, Wii Fit Adventure, because that's a branding they obviously had to move away from. Even though Nintendo still likes making games like that, and to be fair, they have good reason to. Ring Fit Adventure is the 10th best-selling game on Switch. I totally get it. I totally get why they keep making games like that. Let's see, next up is Chrono Cross. Like I said, I've never played Chrono Trigger. I've never played Chrono Cross. This seems really interesting. It's cool that it's here. I think this is something people have been wanting, is a Chrono Cross remake or remaster or something like that. There's one game, and I don't remember if it's Chrono Cross. It might be Xenosaga or Xenogear, where like the first half of the game is like the best RPG ever made, and then I think it was a PlayStation game, which is the first half of the game. So like the first disc is one of the best games ever made. The second disc, on the other hand, it's clear they ran out of budget. And because of that, the second half of the game, there's like a lot of like, just like giant walls of text, like explaining what's happening, because they ran out of budget. And I don't remember if that's Chrono Cross or if that's Xenogears or Xenosaga. I know that it's one of those three games. And I guess in theory, it would be cool to see them one day go back and like, if this game supposedly ran out of budget and that's why it like suffered, to see them one day go back and finish it. Not just do a remake, Especially if it was like if it was Xenogear or Xenosaga, and Monolith Soft could go back and fix it, that would be amazing. Like seriously, because yeah, again, I've heard it's one of the best of all time, but it's one of those 3 games. I couldn't tell you which one. Let's see. Next up, Switch Sports. So Nintendo Switch Sports. It is the one thing I find really weird about this. Is does this article doesn't have the release date? Gosh dang it, article. Is the fact that it doesn't have golf at launch. Presumably they're pushing the game out early to specifically hit I think it's an April launch window if I remember correctly. So they're pushing the game out early to hit an April launch window, and then we'll be patching it later, right? Adding in golf. That should be there at launch. I do kind of wish boxing was back, because I did love Wii Sports Boxing, but I guess they've replaced boxing with the sword one, Kendo, or is it called Kendo, where you hit the bamboo blades against each other? I don't remember at this point, but whatever it is, right? They've replaced it with sword fighting, that basically. But yeah, I guess in theory I'd be down for them to add in more sports, add in new stuff. Make a new island. I liked Wahoo Island, actually. It was a track in Mario Kart 7, and I always thought that was kind of cool. I'd be down for them to be like, hey, guess what? Here's the new Wahoo Island, and we're going to add in a plane mode that has all sorts of new locations to explore and everything. Make it, right, and just keep using that again. That'd be cool. Yeah, I liked Wahoo Island. It was fun. The plane stuff is so much fun. Oh my gosh, I loved the plane stuff in, Wii Sports Resort. But no, this has potential to be good. It is, yeah, the golf thing is weird. That it's not there at launch, but I guess it's not technically that big of a deal. It really isn't a deal breaker or anything. It's just weird that it's not there at launch. But I guess it'll come later on down the line. This has been Nintendo's strategy in recent years. Release unfinished games and then patch them later. And I have defended some, when people say oh, X game is unfinished, I've defended it on several occasions. Animal Crossing specifically. A lot of people said Animal Crossing is an unfinished game. I disagree. I think the game was finished at launch. It was just kind of underwhelming, Yeah, go for it. Yeah, Animal Crossing was just kind of underwhelming. Because even with all the new stuff added, right, all the DLC, the 2.0 update, I still think the core of the game is unchanged. The core of the game that was there at launch is unchanged still a year later. Almost 2 years later now. So that's why I will say Animal Crossing, well, yeah, they did add more stuff. I don't think it was ever unfinished. Now, games like Mario Golf, on the other hand, and Mario Tennis, I have more complicated feelings about. Because, well, yes, they released with a whole story mode and everything, and technically you could qualify that as finished. At the same time, Mario Kart, or Mario Golf specifically, got I think it got 4 DLC golf courses? I think it was 4. It might have been 3, but I think it was 4. That is a non-insignificant amount of golf courses. Especially because the original game only had 6. So I think that's interesting. The fact that it basically brought the game from 6 courses to 10. That's a much bigger deal in my opinion. And I worry about the same thing for Strikers. And I guess I worry about the same thing here. Will they later on... I want boxing. Will they later on add boxing? Will they add... what was another game that was in the original Wii Sports? Or Wii Sports Resort? Boxing... It was boxing, tennis... I know there was other stuff. I can't think of anything else, but I know for a fact there was other stuff. But will they add any... What was... It was... Oh, baseball. Baseball was in the original Wii Sports. Actually, I don't think we need baseball back, honestly. Nah, I don't need that. I just kind of... Again, I like boxing, but I guess they did replace it with kendo. Is it kendo? No, I think kendo is something different. Gosh, I don't remember. It's similar to fencing, but it's not fencing. Again, I'm trying to think back to the anime Bamboo Blade, which was pretty good. It was decent enough. You know, it's a sports anime. He calls me Racer and he gives me a racer coat. But yeah, so those are my worries about this. I'll still probably pick it up.
Can you see your webcam?
No.
Can I borrow it?
I don't know if it's working at the moment, but I'll see. So I guess we'll find out if my webcam was my problem, or if it's just, or if it was my computer, or if it's just straight up broken. Oh, we're looking for Sid and Bob. I know they're out. We ran into them earlier, both of them. But yeah, you know, that's, like, this is a genuine, like, thing that like, still, I guess, adding one new game is different, because you've got 6 there at launch. But, we'll see. I'll still pick it up anyways. Because the other thing is this game's only $40. It might be different physically. Like, on the physical version of the game might cost more money. It might be like 50 or 60 because it comes with that leg strap thing that's also in Ring Fit Adventure. But from what I understand, the eShop version is only $40. Again, I like budget games. The middle shelf game is important. And that's something like Nintendo fucked up with 1-2 Switch. 1-2 Switch is a great middle shelf / pack-in game that they charged a full $60 for. Because Nintendo was very cocky going into the Switch. Because they knew they had a good idea. And to be fair, they did have a good idea. The Switch is a great console. But yeah, and you know what else annoys me about fucking 1-2 Switch? It has never gone on sale. If 1-2 Switch had gone on sale for, like, I don't know, like Nintendo Select style $20, I would have easily bought it. Easily. But it has never gone on sale. I don't even know if they make copies of the game anymore, but every time I see, like, Nintendo games on sale, I'm always like, is 1-2 Switch one of them? Right, when I'm looking through the list and it never is. Because I would have bought it. Where'd it go? Oh god, this is gonna be our nightmare to catch this damselfly. Oh, but yeah. So I don't know, but budget games are a good thing. Nintendo really doesn't do them much anymore. I know they made that Wario game $50. It probably should have been 40. Honestly, the Wario game should have probably been 40, but yeah. You know, at least they can do it. Because, I guess, kind of a transition. Because it's important, when making games, something that has been lost, the reason the middle shelf game is dead, is because games can no longer just make money. They have to make all the money in the world. Like, before, you would make a middle shelf game. You would say, oh, we're only going to spend, let's say, $10 million on this game. We know it's only going to sell, like, 100,000 units, and we will make we'll make our money back and not much more. We'll make a little profit, but, we're not going to lose that much. And, hey, if it ends up selling, like, like, what did I say, 100,000, and if it ends up doubling that money, boom, you've doubled your money. But no, you can't, that doesn't happen anymore. Instead, most games have the biggest budgets and are expected to make the most money. That's why, like, the entire AAA video game industry, EA, Activision Blizzard, Ubisoft, Bethesda, Microsoft, and yeah, Microsoft and Sony both fall into this. Microsoft with Game Pass makes things a little bit more complicated. I think Game Pass kind of blurs the line on this. But definitely, I know Sony totally falls into this. Because games, and Nintendo obviously, they have to make the most money. You can't just have a game that makes its money back, and then anything after that's guaranteed to make its money back, and anything after that's profit. No, it has to have like, it has to have a $60 million budget, and if it doesn't sell 1 million copies, then it's a failure. Looking at you, EA and Dead Space 3. Admittedly, I don't remember how many copies they wanted Dead Space 3 to sell, but whatever it was madness. Like, because the original Dead Space was a middle shelf game. It was budgeted, it was priced like a middle shelf game, and nope. And then EA turned it into, well, it's got to make all the money in the world. But it's important. And Nintendo still technically does make middle shelf games, but they don't put them at middle shelf prices. They usually sell, like that WarioWare game, they usually sell them for that full, like, $60. WarioWare is one of the few exceptions. They only sold it at $50. I did see a shooting star. I was going to say, I thought I saw something. Every once in a while that happens. But yeah, WarioWare, it was a middle shelf game that I think they sold for, like, probably $10 too much. Even though I heard people really liked it. I never played it, because obviously not. Right, but yeah, I'm always down for a middle shelf game. I'm totally gonna, that $40 price point is basically a guarantee I'm gonna pick this up. But another game that is budgeted accordingly and knows how many copies it's gonna sell, and then succeeds that expectation, is the next thing on this list, Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I brought up earlier how Arlo was annoyed that, like, why does, like, series that sell, like, millions of units, Nintendo doesn't make games for. Like, a new Mario Kart. Mario Kart sold 40 million units. I think 42. Why haven't they made a new Mario Kart game? And we'll get to that in a bit. Like I said, we're going to end on that one. But, right, why doesn't Nintendo make a new game in that series? Meanwhile, Xenoblade sells 1.5, and they have gotten 4 games on Switch. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is their 4th game. And I think it's all about that budgeting. There's 2 reasons. One is that, yeah, that budgeting. They go in, I mean, it's still the amount of content you get out of a Xenoblade game is crazy. Easily over 100 hours. So, there's, for $60, it's an RPG 100 hours, which I think, like, an RPG 100 hours is different than, like an MMO 100 hours, which is also different than, like, Hollow Knight 100 hours. They're all different things. But, yeah, Xenoblade, it's priced according, they make amazing games for probably decent prices, and as long as they sell that, like, 1.5 million, they're considered successes. And Nintendo is happy to support them to make more of them, because they keep, as long as they hit that, like, 1 million sales, boom, that's all profit. That's what? If they sell 1 million copies, that's $60 million, and then everything after that, that next 0.5 is all profit. I guess. Like, just hypothetical budgeting here. Again, I didn't do financial. I took a single financial class in college. I took about as much financial classes as I did Spanish classes. God. Well, that's actually a lie now, because I'm currently taking a Spanish class, but that's neither here nor there. But the other reason why I think Arlo's comment is funny, right? How he's like, why doesn't Nintendo support their franchises? And why do Xenoblade fans get everything they want? Right? That's basically what he said. Why do Xenoblade fans get everything they want, while Nintendo fans just suffer because Nintendo never makes new games? And I think the difference is, Monolith Soft likes their fans. Remember back when Xenoblade wasn't even going to come out in the West? And then there was that whole operation. I don't remember the name of it nowadays, because it's been, like, a long time. I didn't even know it was happening. I only found out about it around the time Shulk got into Smash Bros. but there was this whole operation to get Xenoblade in 2 other games that were, I think, Japan and maybe even Europe exclusive, released in the West. It was successful, and that's why Xenoblade came out on the Wii. Of course, Nintendo tried to fuck over the game by releasing it as a GameStop exclusive, but then Shulk got into Smash Bros. And it kind of single-handedly saved the franchise. I'll also give all the credit to Checker Conroy, but that's a story for another day. That I've already told, actually, and I'm not going to repeat it. But, yeah, no, Monolith Soft, we went from that, struggling to get Xenoblade Chronicles into North America, to getting 6 Xenoblade games in the past, like, 7 years, or something wild like that. So there was X, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, Torna the Golden Country, a remake of the original definitive edition, 3, and I guess the original Xenoblade Chronicles got 2 remakes, a 3DS remake and a Switch remake. Again, all that's happened in the last like 7 or 8 years. Xenoblade has gotten a lot of support from Nintendo, and yeah, finally the shooting star, and I miss it. And Nintendo is more than happy to support it because Monolith Soft likes their fans. Whereas Nintendo begrudgingly tolerates their fans. If you like Nintendo, Nintendo does not like you back. Nintendo actually fucking hates you. But they begrudgingly tolerate you. Whereas Monolith Soft actually likes you. They're glad you like their games. And they're happy to support you. Because that's how it works sometimes. Yeah, no. I think it was Yahtzee Croshaw of Zero Punctuation who once said that Nintendo's ideal player is a ducky on a string. Right? A little ducky that they can pull along the path of their game, that doesn't complain, that doesn't say anything, and just enjoys the experience. Right? No thoughts, only gameplay. Admittedly, most AAA studios want that type of player. No thoughts, only spend money. But Nintendo's ideal player is a ducky on a string. Or I guess a ducky on a leash. Yeah, Nintendo begrudgingly tolerates you and I. They fucking hate us. And we put up with all their shit because at least unlike every other AAA studio, well, with the exception of Nintendo's mobile games, which shouldn't be entirely overlooked, Nintendo doesn't do that many shady, gameplay practices. They don't put microtransactions in their game. Animal Crossing is the type of game that is ripe for microtransactions. Oh my god, this game could have so many microtransactions in it. And Nintendo would get away with it because it's Animal Crossing. And yeah, the mobile game is proof of that. And yet the game has none. Nintendo doesn't engage in any of that shitty business practices. Pokemon Company is a different thing. They're a different entity. They do. Nintendo doesn't. And again, the mobile games are a little bit more complicated. Did you know you can get the entire Mario Booster Pack expansion thing for Mario Kart for less than you can get Diddy Kong and the Mario mobile game? Yep. The meme's a little antiquated, but it checks out. Ooh, look at that one. But yeah, Nintendo fucking hates you, whereas Xenoblade loves their fans. Love, I guess probably love is too strong of a word. We are living in late stage capitalism here. No, corporations don't love people. But at least there's not active contempt. Right? Non-active contempt is better than, basically every other corporation, which is just straight up active contempt, right? They fucking hate you. Oh my, Amazon especially. Amazon, Facebook, Google. Oh, they will end the world. That's it, right? They will end the world because they really want to fucking do it. There is no profit to be made in the destruction of the world. Big corporations don't care. So I'm not meaning to praise Monolith Soft is one of the best things ever, but you know what I mean, right? It's just a different atmosphere, and Monolith Soft's happy to support its gamers who will come out and support them. But yeah, I'm excited for 3. I still haven't played 2. Chuck Conroy reposted his video like, hey, if you've ever wanted to play 2's major problem is that it has bad tutorials. Which, if you know anything about gaming, bad tutorials are only a problem once. Because once you figure out how the game works, you can just enjoy the game. And yeah, I guess X2's biggest, or Xenoblade Chronicles 2's biggest problem is its tutorials. But Chuck Conroy put together a handy video that explains everything you need to know about the game. So that way you don't have to worry about like tutorials or anything like that. He'll just tell you them, and that sounds great to me. I still probably won't play... Again, I'm still playing Pokemon at the moment, and that's a big, like, 60-hour RPG, but... yeah, that's a thing. Hey, TS, how are you doing? We're talking Nintendo Direct at the moment. The one from yesterday. So let's see, what's next on this list? Oh, Earthbound. So, Earthbound and Mother 1 Earthbound Beginnings are coming to Nintendo Switch Online. Correction, they actually already are on Nintendo Switch Online. And that's cool. Earthbound is a fantastic game, one of the best RPGs of all time. It literally has, much like, you know, games like Dark Souls or Rogue or Metroid or / Castlevania, Earthbound literally has a genre named after it. I know they're technically RPGs, but whenever someone makes a quirky RPG, they're called an Earthbound-like. Right? Whether that be Undertale, Lisa, Amaru, other things that I can't think of off the top of my head. I think there's like a baseball one. That's not Blaseball, but I don't remember what it's called. Anytime anyone... Y2K. Oh god, what a piece of shit. I guess that game's getting a bunch of DLC later this year, Y2K. Like, they're fully, like, revamping it, which is wild to think about, but I guess that's happening. But yeah, whenever someone makes a quirky RPG, they compare it to Earthbound. And for good reason. Earthbound is amazing. It seriously is. I made a joke about Donkey earlier and how Donkey hates RPGs. I know for a fact he likes Earthbound. Like, that's one of his few exceptions. Like that and Persona 5. But yeah, I will say that if you've never played Earthbound, and I know it's Mother 1 Earthbound Beginnings, and Mother 2 Earthbound, I'm just going to tell you straight up. Do not... like, it seems obvious. Oh, well, you play the original NES game, Earthbound Beginnings, Mother 1, and then after you beat that, you go play Mother 2 Earthbound. Right? It makes sense. Play the original and then play the sequel. Do not do that. Oh my gosh. Do not play Earthbound Beginnings first. Do not make that mistake. Just go and play Earthbound. It's so good. Earthbound Beginnings has a bunch of flaws. And, like, it could seriously, if you play Earthbound Beginnings before you play Earthbound, it could ruin the franchise for you. That is not hyperbole. That could totally happen. Earthbound Beginnings has some major problems that just aren't in Earthbound, right? Mother 2 does not have those problems. So just play Mother 2. The one thing, the one thing I do want to say about this is the fact that people make such a big deal about it. The fact that Nintendo made such a big deal about Earthbound and Earthbound Beginnings coming to Nintendo Switch Online. They know for a fact we want Mother 3. Right? I talked yesterday about how all the music from Nintendo has been taken down. And part of that includes all the Mother 3 soundtrack. And I will say, I have talked in the past about how it is morally okay to pirate Nintendo games. Right? If Nintendo doesn't want you playing their old games, you have the moral right to pirate them. Not that I legally condone pirating Nintendo games, but morally you are in the right. And that goes double for Mother 3. If Nintendo is not going to provide a way for you to play Mother 3, no matter what, whether you pirate the game or not, Nintendo is not making money. Right? Like, pirating the game loses Nintendo, like, whenever people, like, say anti-piracy stuff, it's always like, well, think about the money people would have spent buying the game. That's a fallacy. Just because someone pirated a game does not mean they were going to buy that game. There are people who will happily pirate games that will never actually buy them. Even if piracy didn't exist, they would have never bought them in the first place. It's a fallacy. Assuming one pirated game is one copy unsold is complete bullshit. And that's this. If Nintendo is not going to give you a way to play Mother 3, that means there is no conceivable way for them to make money off of it. So that means it is 100% okay to download a ROM in a fan translation of Mother 3. Again, I do not legally condone piracy for legal reasons, but morally, yeah. Again, don't pirate games. Do I have a wink on this? I don't think I have a wink. Just assume I winked. Don't pirate games. But yeah, and so yeah, totally. Do with that information what you want. It is easily approachable. Trust me. It is. But maybe Nintendo knows people really want this. Admittedly, they've known for years, and we do have multiple pieces of evidence. Multiple, like, credible sources that say Nintendo has tried to bring over Mother 3 to North America and has canceled the project. I think it's happened at least twice. Twice in the past, I want to say just like 10 years. I think they've tried to do it twice. And it just hasn't happened. Maybe this time they'll think about it again. I know there is some problems, right? Some things that haven't aged well. Specifically, trans representation in that game is terrible. But I still think the game needs to come out at some point. I think that's important to happen eventually. And you can release the game and just get some trans consultants to come in and help you work through these problems. I'm sure there's a way to salvage it. I'm sure you can't fix everything, but I'm sure you could fix it. Or just put the warning in front of it. Put a warning in front of it that says this game was made at a different time, but in the note of preserving history, we are releasing it like it was originally intended, as to not erase the past. Boom, problem solved. Like, seriously, it's that simple. But nope. But hey, Nintendo knows it's a big deal. It's just, will it ever happen? I think we gotta get Game Boy Advanced games on Switch first. Because I think that would be how... No, honestly, they could get away with just putting Mother 3 on a Switch cartridge and charging $60. They could get away with that. People would throw a tantrum. People would still buy it, though. Honestly, I hope they don't. Let's see. Anything else in here? Just a few quick things. Portal, and Portal 2 are coming to Switch. That's cool. I like me some Portal. Honestly, here, like I said, No Man's Sky. I would have thought Portal and Portal 2 would have been on Switch a while ago. Portal Bridge Constructor is, but not Portal 1 and Portal 2. But hey, here it is now. It's only a matter of time until we get the rest of the orange box, you know? I'm surprised they haven't put Half-Life Alyx on PSVR yet. Like, because, you know, Valve has their own platform. They can do exclusivity. Like, the orange box came out on consoles. Portal 1 and Portal 2 came out on consoles. Portal 2, I don't know about Portal 1. I know for a fact Portal 2 never came out on PS4, which I think is interesting. I think it came out on Xbox. I don't think Portal, but that's because Xbox has good backwards compatibility. PlayStation 4 doesn't. But yeah, as far as I know, Portal 2 never came out on PS4, and I guess subsequently PS5. But hey, it's here on Switch. Triangle Strategy got a new demo, and that game releases on March 5th. That's right around the corner. Yeah, again, it's not really a game for me. Advanced Wars got a release date of April 8th. That had already been leaked. It's cool the level editor is back. Like, I remember when they added the level editor to Wargroove, and it was like, yeah, that's a great feature. That should have been there from the start. Specifically, I want them to be shareable online. I could see Nintendo adding a level editor and not making it online. But, you know, tactics games like this live and thrive on level editors. Level editors are just cool things, you know. Like it's so cool that Baba Is You has a level editor now. That's awesome. At least on consoles, anyways. I know it's on. I think it's been on PC for a lot longer. It just recently came to consoles. Live Alive. Again, it's a great RPG from what I've heard. I've never. Again, it was Japan only, so yeah. Klonoa 1 and 2 are coming to Switch. They also did get announced to be coming to basically every other console. They're coming to Xbox, they're coming to PC, they're coming to PlayStation. That's really cool. I know people really like the original 2 Klonoa games. I saw a side-by-side comparison of the remakes and the original, and yeah, you can totally tell they improved the graphics on it. And yeah, people really love it. I might actually pick this one up, just, again, like the same thing I said about Rhythm Heaven, just to kind of support the fans. And I might really like it, because, like, there is a chance I might really like it. And I'd like to support the fans so that maybe, if I do like it, maybe one day we'll get another one. Kirby and the Forgotten Lands, Mouthful Mode is, I've seen people comparing it to SpongeBob. Like, I guess there's a bunch of, like, SpongeBob things that it kind of reminds people of, which is wild to think about, but I guess I kind of see it. I mean, yeah, no, I 100% see it. Like, there are, like, people have one for one been able to compare it. But the Mouthful Mode is so stupid. I love it. I love me some Kirby. The more I see about this game, the better it looks. And starting off from something I did not care about, I'm really impressed with it now. I'm super excited. It comes out the end of March. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be great. Kirby is this is a huge leap and bound for Kirby. Ah, man. Who doesn't love some Kirby? Front Mission 1 and 2, I've literally never heard of, so I don't really have a hot take on it. Splatoon 3, okay, here's another. So, I said yesterday that the original, Splatoon 2, when they revealed Splatoon 3, I saw a lot of people say, why does this game exist? Splatoon 2 is right there. We don't need a new Splatoon, we don't need Splatoon 3. And at the time I was like, no, let's see more of what this game has to offer. Like, they've got to add something new, specifically I suspected a Battle Royale mode. And they still totally could. But the more I've seen of this game, the less impressed I am. The less impressed I am. I do worry that this game is just not going to add enough new. That Splatoon has literally become the new Call of Duty franchise. Just a new installment every few years that I guess makes some improvements, but really doesn't fix anything in the grand scheme of things. Doesn't do anything new, which is wild to think about for Call of Duty, because Call of Duty 4 was hugely innovative. But, once it started making $1 billion, well, that's what Call of Duty became. But, the new Splatoon, the salmon mode stuff looks great. I love that fish stick. That's just a cool idea, like, working in, like, platforming into it, kind of. I think the dolphin thing, whose name I don't remember, it was like Dolphin or something like that. It was a dolphin joke. Is also kind of neat. I don't like that they brought back the missile thing, the missile strike enemy. It looks like they might have changed it so you don't need to blow it up with bombs exclusively. Because that was why that enemy sucked. Is you could only kill it with bombs. And it was just so much harder to kill it with bombs. Like that enemy, the one that's like the 2 floating tanks that shoot the missiles at you, hate that enemy. It's the worst enemy. And it looks like in the trailer you see them kill one without throwing a bomb into the tank. Maybe that was just me. Maybe I need to rewatch the trailer, but that's what it looked like to me. But yeah, and then the other huge thing is being able to throw the golden salmon eggs. Huge. That's such a big deal. Because the golden salmon eggs, right, they slow down your movement, and if you die, you get stuck with one. But having it so that you can just throw them and, like, chase after it, or throw it to a friend, or throw it in the basket, that's going to be huge. That's going to be a game changer, I tell you. That's probably, out of all the things they've added, that's probably the biggest one. And it's such a little change. But it's the little changes that add such quality of life details, right? That makes such big differences. So hopefully it'll be great. Metroid Dread got some DLC. I'm always, again, I'm one of those people who says Dark Souls should have an easy mode. Not exactly an easy mode, but adjustable difficulty. I don't really think games should have easy or hard modes anymore. I think they should have one set difficulty, which is the way the devs intended it to be played, and then in the option menus, you can adjust the difficulty to make the game easier or harder. And that's kind of what I feel like this Dread mode is. It's just a new option to add onto the checklist. You want to make the game harder? Here you go. Here's Dread mode. One-shot kill. Little too hard, but okay. And then Rookie mode's the exact opposite. Oh, you want to recover life a little quicker? Boom, here's a checkbox for that. Again, I'm done with difficulty modes. Like, they're not as archaic as, like, life systems, which, like, no game should have a life system in 2022. But difficulty modes, I feel like games are advanced enough that we don't need them anymore. There are other ways to make games harder or easier without doing difficulty modes that also provide great accessibility options. Like the fact that a 5-year-old can play through the entirety of Mario Odyssey with assist mode is amazing. I think it was actually a 3-year-old, if I remember correctly. It was something wild like that, and that's like, oh, that's really cool. The fact that someone that young can play through Mario Odyssey, and like, yeah, they have to use assist mode, but they can still do it. Again, adjustable difficulty is really cool. And I think that leads us to our last one, which is Mario Kart 8 DLC. So there had been a rumor going around that we were going to get Mario Kart 9, or specifically the rumor was that something big was happening with Mario Kart. And people took that in two directions. One was Mario Kart 9. The other was Mario Kart, or Nintendo Kart. Right? I was personally in the Nintendo Kart camp. I still think Nintendo Kart's a great idea. But will it happen? Nah. But potentially it still could. Because right now we have this DLC course pack, right? So it's going to add 48 new courses over the span of basically 2 years. So this year and the entirety of next year, we're getting 48 new courses. And it's specifically called the Booster Course Pass. There's nothing stopping them from adding the Booster Character Pack. Let's say in like an April or May Nintendo Direct, they reveal, hey, here's the new... So you have the Booster Course Pack. Well, here's a Booster Character Pack. It adds 3 new characters, and we're going to do, like, let's say another 6 of them. We're going to do 6 of them until 2023. That will add 3 new characters, and I guess, like, new carts, and new wheels, and new parachutes. And, and let's say the first pack has, I don't know, let me think of a Mario character, let's say it has Egad, Gooigi, and Kirby. I would love that. And then like they bring back the Poltergeist car from Mario Kart DS. They give Egad a car that looks like his face or looks like Flood or something. And then they give Kirby a superstar car. And you can use those with any character, obviously. And it's like, oh, and then let's say it goes in like 4 months. So like every 4 months, and it alternates. So, like, in March, we get the new courses. Then in May, we get new characters. Then in July, we get new courses. Then in September, we get new characters, right? It flips back and forth every, on a period of, 4 months. And then, let's say the next expansion pass adds another Mario Kart character, like King Boo. And then they add, I don't know, Pikachu, right? That's how you could work in Nintendo Kart elements without having to make a new game. Which I think is the hot take that I keep seeing. I've seen a lot of people disappointed by this announcement. And one of the things is the price point. $25 for 48 courses. From my understanding, it's one flat fee gets you all 48 courses, which is about, I think, 50 cents a course. A little more than that, I think. But it's about 50 cents a course. Or maybe it's even a little less than that. That's wild to think about. That is seriously wild for all these new courses. That's crazy. Like, so many courses at... Again, that's better than... I think that's better than the original Mario Kart DLC, which was, I think, 16 new courses for, like, $20, or even 15. I don't remember how much the original Mario Kart DLC. Whatever it was, I was like, oh my god, this is the best DLC of all time. And it seriously was amazing. And oh my god, that's way better. Smash Bros. DLC was $60 for 11 new characters. Yeah, this is half the price, and it's getting you these 48 new tracks. That's wild to think about. Now, in reaction to this, I've seen a few things. One is people still want Mario Kart 9. That Mario Kart 8 is a 9-year-old game, and that Nintendo should just make the new Mario Kart. Which got me thinking, why? Why? Like, the reason I say they should do Nintendo Kart is because it's different. But if they're just going to make Mario Kart 9 that plays exactly the same, but adds in, a few new courses, and it remakes a few old courses, why not just expand off Mario Kart 8? Mario Kart 8 is the best kart racing game of all time. I don't know how they improve on that. You literally have the perfect game here. Or the perfect kart racer. I know some people will say Crash Team Racing is better. You're kind of right, but Mario Kart's more fun. Right? It nails exactly what it wants to be. It's a super fun, super interesting game that I just love. So that's part of the thing. Like, why, right, you've already got the perfect game. But I think that the other thing that it's getting at is people want the new. Right? The modern world in general has conditioned us to always want the new, the next big thing. There's a reason Call of Duty can get away with releasing a new game every year, because people always want the new, the next best thing. Mario Kart 8 still works fine. It still looks fine. We don't need a new Mario Kart. The one we've got works perfectly fine. We're not dealing with fucking light bulbs here that only have to last 1,000 hours. Again, the original light bulb. There are original light bulbs made by Thomas Edison that are still shining to this day. Mario Kart 8 can just be that infinite light bulb. I know people always want the new, the different, but we don't always need to be new. Studios like Ubisoft and Activision Blizzard and EA have literally killed people. They have killed people to try to get the amount of engagement and the lifespan that just Mario Kart 8 has. Right? With games like, Call of Duty and Assassin's Creed and Anthem. They have killed people. And that's not hyperbole. Like, no, these studios have seriously killed people. Just to get some engagement. Just to make a game that lasts a few years. And Nintendo's got a Mario Kart game that's lasted 8 years. And they're going to make brand new content for it. That's right. These studios have killed for this. And Nintendo just got it. Best-selling game on the Switch. Nintendo just has it. I'm on the Nintendo Kart train. I'm still on the Nintendo Kart train. But I see their logic here. I think it should have happened years ago. Like, if this had happened in, 2019, I probably would have been all over this. And I guess I still am. But it's just, this happened too late, in my opinion. Like, this should have happened, this should have happened 2 years into the Switch's lifespan. Not 5. But, yeah, that's the type of engagement you can get from this. Because, well, yeah, not every person who has Mario Kart 8 is going to buy this. But when literally almost half of all Switch users, what is it? 2 out of every 5 Switch users have a copy of Mario Kart 8. So if you get 5 people in a room, at least 2 of them are going to have Mario Kart 8. That's huge. And yeah, this I don't know, this probably isn't going to sell another 50 million units or 40 million units. this is still going to sell well. And they're putting it in the expansion pass. I still don't love the expansion pass, honestly. I'm not going to... I know I have to re-up my Switch Online. I'm not going to get the expansion pass. Nah, $50 a year or whatever the fudge it is. Nah, I don't care. But this is a big deal. And so that's one complaint I've seen. And I think it's just our obsession with the next thing. That, right, video games and phone companies and whatnot have tricked us into doing. Not everything has to... If the product works fine, if the game is fun, just play it. Mario Kart, yeah. Oh, well, we've been playing the same courses for a year. It'd be nice to see something new. Some of these courses are literally being made from the ground up. I know these are old courses, but when it comes to them, remaking it, specifically stuff from, Super Mario Kart on the SNES and Super Circuit on the Game Boy Advanced, they're literally just going to have to make basically brand new courses. It's going to be a completely different thing, because those games are very different. And there are, assuming you've never played Mario Kart Tour, at least in this first expansion pass, 3 of these courses are new, which I guess that transitions into the next thing. I've seen people complain that these tracks are just ports from Mario Kart Tour. And to be fair, of the 8 courses in this expansion pass, I think... Oh, how many of them are in Mario Kart Tour? I know 3, 4, 5, I think? Is that one in the expansion pass, actually? Yeah. So, I guess... Yeah, so 6 of the new courses, 6 of the 8 are from Mario Kart Tour, which has brought people to complain about the graphics. That if you look at Mario Kart 8 courses, they have a lot of details, they have good shadows. Some of the courses take place at sunset, right? The courses in Mario Kart 8 look great. But if you look at these new courses, they have very minimal shadows, the textures aren't as high quality, they just don't look as good. And that's a more honest complaint. You know what? I kind of get that complaint. Them not looking as good. I don't think they look terrible. I don't think that they're not amazing, sure. And like Coconut Mall is the example I've seen people use, where, in the original Coconut Mall, you're literally driving up and down escalators. But in this new one, it's just like the colored ramps that were on the Rainbow Road course. They don't look any different. They don't look special. And yeah, I kind of see that complaint. I do think, again, this kind of goes back to our pricing point. This is $25. Not everything has to look, right? You're not going to get every course looking like, I guess, what is it? The N64 Rainbow Road, which is just still a beautiful looking course. It'd be cool, and yeah, I would love that. But yeah, I've seen some people just calling all these tracks straight up ports. And I guess, and yeah, maybe they are, but it goes down to that price point. If the courses may look a little worse, but they're also very cheap, right? This expansion pass is $25, which some people will say, oh, that's a lot of money. A new Mario Kart game would have been $60, and it would have at most had 16 new courses. That would have been it. Yeah, sure, they probably would have looked better, but it also would have cost more. This is cheaper, and then yes, they would have also been new courses. Again, it's just, where do you draw the line? Where do you draw the line? I personally draw the line at, yeah, this looks great, right? I'm super down for this. It's totally in an affordable price point. And yeah, sure, they don't look amazing. They might look a little better at launch, but I'm fine with that, because what matters is the course is fun. And, it's Mario Kart. Mario Kart 8 has some of the best gameplay in the series. I have seen people worried because a lot of these courses are since they are Mario Kart Tour, they don't feature the anti-gravity mechanic. And the anti-gravity mechanic is so huge for Mario Kart 8. And I've seen people say, well, hey, if they're going to get a Mario Kart 9, what's the new gimmick going to be? Which is why I've always said Nintendo Kart. Nintendo Kart is the gimmick. But if we're getting Mario Kart 9, what's the gimmick? And maybe Nintendo doesn't have a gimmick, because anti-gravity was such a great gimmick. That's why I would much rather see them put resources towards a new F-Zero, a game we haven't got an entry in almost like 19 years. Yeah, kind of 18. 18 and a half years. Or a Kirby Air Ride game. Kirby's got Star Allies proved that Kirby has an amazing cast of characters. They would make for a great racing game. And a new Kirby Air Ride would be amazing. But that's besides the point. So part of the reason I was saving this for last is because I talked earlier, I made a spreadsheet. I was curious how many tracks are in Mario Kart. What are the potential new tracks that could be added? We know the first 8. So we've still got 40 tracks that could be added to the game. What is possible, right? What could we see from these next 48 tracks? How many tracks are in Mario Kart? So, I made a spreadsheet. You know, I do what I like, and I straight up made a spreadsheet. This is every track in Mario Kart. These are all the tracks, and we even have a second sheet down here, which is all the remade tracks, right? All the tracks that got remade. I've seen some people complain that Mario Kart... So, I guess because it's a mobile game, people treat Mario Kart Tour differently, and I get that. But at the same time, I guess Mario Kart... I have no problem with Mario Kart Tour being canon now. Like, originally when I made this list, I had the arcade games on here. But I couldn't find track lists for the arcade game. I also had Mario Kart Home Circuit on here, but that's again, that works a little differently. And technically, again, Mario Kart Home Circuit did come out. It is kind of a new Mario Kart game. Kind of. But, so, I was curious. So, yeah, these are a list of all the tracks. Every new track in every game. And these are all the remade tracks, which specifically start at DS, and then Wii, 7, 8, and then Mario Kart Tour. Mario Kart Tour has a bunch of remade tracks, mostly ported from the 3DS, because it kind of does run on the 3DS. I think Mario Kart 8 and Tour technically use the same engine, but but Mario Kart Tour is very similar to 7. But yeah. So if you look at this list, Mario Kart 8 already has 25 tracks. Okay, that doesn't seem right. Oh no, I know why that's right. Because, okay, so 25 tracks in the normal game. 25 original tracks. And then, in the default game, so this is specifically the default game plus the original DLC. So the original, they added, which is all in the deluxe version by default. They added, we have 25 plus another, what is that? Is it 23 remake tracks? 23 sounds right. Which gives us 48. Because one of the DLC packs only had one remake course, while all the others had 2. That's why you get an uneven number, like 25 and 23. So yeah, these are all the remake courses. And also, I didn't list out every Super Mario Kart course. Like, there are 4 versions of Mario Circuit, 3 of Donut Plains, 3 of Ghost Valley, 3 of Bowser's Castle. And then same thing with Tour here. I guess there are 3 versions of New York, or 4 versions of New York Minute, 4 versions of Tokyo Blur, 3 versions of Paris Promenade, right? There are all these different versions of this. I don't know about that. Again, I kept it simple for myself. And if you couldn't tell, so, right, the red courses are all the ones that are being remade. All the red courses are the same ones on this list, right here. So it's all the same courses. Right, like, oh, there's Rainbow Road, there's Ribbon Road, I know there's another Rainbow Road in here, I thought. Oh, this Rainbow Road, that's the one. Yeah. It is. Oh, yeah, Ribbon Road, okay. And they're all in order of, like, so this is, like, the first, right, this is the first cup, this is the second cup, this is the third cup, and fourth cup, right? That's how I did it, based on, like, the order they appear, left to right, left to right. It is interesting how you see, like, this sort of, like, step pattern that I don't think is intentional. I think that just kind of weirdly occurred. Or maybe that's, like, you know how humans look for patterns. A lot of courses from Mario Kart 7. But yeah, and then of course you have the courses in blue are the new courses. There are the 8 courses we know about from the DLC, 3 original courses from Mario Kart Tour, Toad Circuit from Mario Kart 7, Coconut Mall from Wii, Shroom Ridge from DS. The website has it listed as a 3DS course. It's not. I think it was remade in 3DS. Where is it? Shroom Ridge. I thought it was, maybe. I swear Shroom Ridge was remade at some point. I don't remember where. Also, you have occasional errors like that where it's at capital S, capital H, or capital M, capital A. Again, I typed this all out by hand. And then you have those 2, Shroom Ridge, then Sky Gardens and Choco Mountain. As I said, 6 of these courses are in Mario Kart Tour. These 3 come from Mario Kart Tour. And then Choco Island, Choco Mountain is one of the remake courses. Sky Gardens is one of the remake courses, which is right here. And then Toad Circuit's right here. So yeah, 6 of the courses come from Mario Kart Tour. And the 2 brand new ones that haven't been remade for Tour are Coconut Mall and Shroom Ridge. These weren't in Tour. So it's not so like people who are saying like, oh, they're just gonna port over all the courses from Tour. They're not going to. Now, I didn't do all the math here. I didn't do all the math to find out how many courses there are, how many potential courses there could be in this new one. Because we've got 40, we've got these original 8, we've got 40 left. So any of these 40 could be picked. Again, except for the ones in red and the ones in blue. I will say, even though there are multiple versions of like Donut Plains and Rainbow Row, or Donut Plains and Mario Circuit, I think it's safe to say that only one version, if they do pick any of the courses from the SNES version, only one version of that course will be picked. So we're not going to get like both versions of Vanilla Lake. We're only going to get one version of Vanilla Lake. But I think literally everything else on here has a fair chance. Maybe not like Wahoo Island, like Wahoo Loop or Maka Wahoo. I mean, totally could be. But if I had to say like one's probably got less of a chance than another, I'd say like those ones. It would be cool to get all the Rainbow Roads in here. I know we already have we have 2 Rainbow Roads, but it'd be cool to get like a pack that was just, hey, here's Rainbow Road from Double Dash, here's Rainbow Road from DS, here's Rainbow Road from Wii, and here's Rainbow Road from 7. Just having all those 4 courses in like the Moon Pack, for example, would be amazing. Specifically, Mario Kart 7's Rainbow Road is still my favorite. It's amazing, but especially because we already got N64 and Super Mario Karts, SNES's. But the one thing I will say is, if I had to guess, I think every course in this list has an equal chance of making it. But it is clear they are favoring courses from Mario Kart Tour, because again, they use the same engine, so it's probably easier to port over courses from Tour. So like New York Minute, London Loop, Vancouver Velocity, Los Angeles Laps, Merry Mountain, Berlin Byway, Sydney Spirit, and Singapore Speedway. I think they've all got an increased chance of being here. Especially if Merry Mountain's a Christmas track, I want that. That sounds great. Assuming that's a cool track, that sounds fantastic. Also, there's Berlin Byway 2, but there's not a Berlin Byway 1, which I found interesting, according to the Wikipedia anyways. And as a result, I think the Tour tracks have an increased likelihood. And that means that any of the remake Tour tracks, all of these also have an increased likelihood. Which there are 50. Or 48, I guess. So theoretically, they could just fill a list with all of these and use up every slot. Theoretically. Now, there are these remix tracks. Ooh, I don't know why I put a C there. Again, I did this all in like 30 minutes. They made a bunch of remix tracks. I don't know what these are. They were on the list, so I was like, I'll add them. They remade a lot of NES tracks, right? A lot of SNES tracks have been remade. But like, there's Mario Circuit 1, Mario Circuit 2, Mario Circuit 3. If we get a Mario Circuit we're only going to get one of these three. So maybe we'll just get like Mario Circuit 2, or maybe we'll just get Donut Plains 2 or Vanilla Lake. I don't expect so like I think that'd be like an easier, if I were going to pick like courses, yeah, I'd say we get like this one or this one or this one. Right? They wouldn't give them all to us. They just pick like the most exemplar one. And again, all of these courses were technically remade for Mario Kart Tour. Right? Like it's not the same courses. And we already have SNES Rainbow Road. I think we already have Calamari Desert in here somewheres. I think they remade Calamari Desert for Game Boy, Turnpike, Jungle. I swear Calamari Desert's in Mario Kart 8. Cuz that's the isn't that the train one? Huh, maybe did I forget? Did I leave it off here on accident? I might have. I swear Calamari Desert's in here. Or it should be anyways. Maybe, because yeah, I'm not thinking of Dry Desert. Calamari Desert was remade in Mario Kart 7, but I swear it's also in 8. But yeah, so I'd have to say, like, there's an increased chance of getting any of these. That, like, some other predictions, of course, is I think we can totally get. Sunset Wilds, again, I think that makes sense. Dino Jungle is a very, like, distinct-looking course. Luigi's Mansion's a very distinct-looking course. Wario Pinball has been trending on Twitter for the past 2 days because it's one of people's favorite courses, and the fact that it's in Mario Kart Tour, I think it's almost guaranteed we're going to get Waluigi Pinball. Did I say Wario Pinball? Waluigi Pinball. I think it's almost guaranteed. Both Maple Tree Way and DK Summit. Yep, those are both great courses. If I remember correctly, so I could see both of those. Did Shy Guy Bazaar not get? I swear Shy Guy Bazaar also got remade at some point. I know there's a similar Shy Guy course in 8. Yeah, and then there are some of these courses I don't remember. Rock Mountain, no idea. Wario Shipyard, nope, don't remember that. Neo Bowser City to get remade. Rosalina's Ice Castle, no idea. Mario 3DS Rainbow Road, one of the best my personal favorite. I could see N64, but 3DS Rainbow Road's my favorite. And that's going to be awesome to have back. But yeah, I think anything in this list, like if everything else in this list has like let's say it's like a 1 times multiplier of being in this DLC, I think everything in this list is either like a 1.5 or a 2. That doesn't mean it's guaranteed to happen, but I think everything in this list has an increased chance. Again, some of these remix stuffs, I don't know if they matter at all, because they're all courses that are down here, but I just put them there for posterity's sake. But yeah, I think literally anything in here has a good chance. And yeah, anything in here. There are there's multiple, there's Luigi Circuit, Luigi Raceway. There's so many Mario Circuit. I think it's called Mario Stadium in this one. Mario Stadium. I haven't Mario Carry Stadium. Oh gosh. Again, there are probably so many spelling errors in this. Yeah, Luigi Circuit. Yeah. I did not remember there being 4 castles in Super Circuit. There are 4 Bowser's castles. So we're almost guaranteed to get one of them. But yeah, I'd say there are some things that are safer bets than others. I don't want to I don't want to say like, oh, this is 100% going to be here. Nah, but I think there are courses that like stand out more, that people remember more, that are more interesting, that have like a better chance, right? Like that's why I say like, oh, Woohoo Island. Like I remember one of these is like a really interesting course, but I don't think it's going to be there. Whereas yeah, something like Maple Treeway, way more memorable. Airship Fortress. Where's the other? Is it Mario Circuit? What's the Delfino Square again? There's one where you're like racing like through a bridge. It might be oh gosh, I don't remember which level it is. There's one though where you like race across like a bridge. It might even be Shroom Ridge. That I was like, yeah, no, of course that one's very exemplar in Mario Kart DS. right? Like, any, like, standout courses are gonna, like, come through in the end. But yeah, that's my list of Mario Kart. I mean, I'm sure we could do some math to find out, like, oh, what's the chance any individual course makes it in? If we were to weight the tour courses more heavily, would that, like, how does that increase their chances? You know, stuff like that. I'm sure we could do all that. I'm sure someone who's taken, like, a statistics class, which means me, could do all that math, but I'm way too lazy. Plus, I don't remember all my statistics formulas. Like, I don't remember how to add up all these numbers to weigh their chances, but yet to weigh this one's chances, like, heavier. I don't remember how to do that off the top of my head. I know there is a way to do that, though. But yeah, this was just something I threw together, like I said, in like 30 minutes. But I think it is interesting. And yeah, there are so many more Mario Kart tracks than I remember. Like, I know 8 had a bunch. But yeah, Super Circuit has 5, right? Like, most Mario Kart games have, you know, four sets of courses. No, Super Circuit has 5. So that's why you have, like, all these even rows. And then it just breaks off for this one. And same thing here. It's a normal amount of courses until you get to the DLC right there. But yeah, this is just something I threw together because I wanted to visualize it. I wanted to visualize the Mario Kart courses. And yeah, there are so many I don't remember. Oh, Daisy Cruiser. I could totally see that one. I could see so many of these. Like, there are some that what is Mario Kart 7's Mario Circuit? I couldn't tell you. I actually could tell you Mario Kart Wii's Luigi Circuit. I actually do remember what that one looks like. Double Dash's Luigi Circuit? No idea. I actually could tell you what Shy Guy Beach looks like. I actually do remember that one. Specifically, I think I remember the remake in Mario Kart Wii. Mario Kart Wii. Or maybe I'm thinking of Peach Beach. No, there it is, Shy Guy Beach. Yeah, sure enough. Delfino Square, I remember. Because that one's got a cool shortcut in it. I'd say like that one. Again, there are so many good courses here. There are so many standouts, so many fun ones. And, I don't remember this one at all. But, like, the idea of an Rosalina ice level sounds great in my head. I should really boot up Mario Kart 7 again to see what that one was like. Because, God, there are so many things here I don't remember from Mario Kart 7. Like, looking at this track list, I really do only remember these 4. And, I guess, Woohoo Island. And Shy Guy Bazaar. Kind of. I don't remember so many. And Rainbow Road. Okay, so there's a few exceptions. But really, I've forgotten so much of Mario Kart 7. Super Circuit is very much like the SNES game. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff here. A lot of potential for Mario Kart tracks. But yeah, this was something I had wanted to, like, visualize. And yep, here it is. Here's my complete spreadsheet. God, look at all these courses. And again, Mario Kart games used to only have 16 courses until DS. DS was the first one to add more. God, like, I know we shit on Tour because it's a mobile game, and it, like, deserves it because of the microtransactions. But gosh, basically 50 plus courses. I mean, I know they're all remakes, but that's still kind of cool, actually. Like, I hadn't even thought about that, but that's kind of cool. Like, I mean, I know this new, with all the courses at the end of the day, this new Mario Kart game is going to have 86? No, wait, is it 96? 48 plus 48 is 96. That's almost 100 courses. Think about that. A Mario Kart game with 100 courses. Like, look at how far down I would have to go. I think, again, right, it'd technically be right here, because we first line for the header. Look at that. Look at that potential. 98 courses. Oh my gosh, just think about that. That's wild. I think it's cool. I know a lot of people have different opinions on it. I think it's cool. But I totally see where some of the dissent I think is complete bullshit. Again, it's people just wanting the next cool new thing, which I think can be kind of overrated. Right? It's like I was talking a few days ago about how supposedly, because of chip shortages, this new generation of consoles, the PS5 and the Xbox Series X, is probably going to last a few years longer. Most console generations are like 7 years. This next console generation might go like 9 because of chip shortages. Which, like, I know some people will see as like a bad thing, but I think that's fine. We don't always need the new best thing. Especially if there's... Now, if they weren't doing this, I would be like, yeah, of course, I'd still want Mario Kart 9. Or whatever. But because they are showing the support, because they are doing so much. Like, okay, if this had just been, like, one or two packs, yeah, I'd probably have a different view on this. But it's not. We have to look at all the factors here. And looking at all the factors, no, I think this is pretty good. I think this is a good deal. I think there's a lot here. Yeah, visually they don't look amazing. But are they fun? If the game's not fun, why play it? I'm looking at you, Destiny fans. If the game's not fun, why are you still playing it? Destiny's just been my target recently. And yeah, we almost went for 2 hours tonight. I think, and we spent almost an hour just on we spent like 40 minutes on Mario Kart. Yeah, we're gonna end off here. Yeah, I have a lot. Yeah, this was better. This was like more coherent thoughts about Mario Kart and just the Nintendo Direct in general. Again, I'm still actually mostly positive on it. I'm like, yeah, giving it some time to sink in everything that happened. Yeah, no, I liked it. Is it perfect? Gosh, no. But I enjoyed it. But we'll talk about it. But we'll move on tomorrow. We got other things to talk about. I've been pushing off the Oscar nominations for a few days. There's a Futurama drama going on, which we don't need to bring back Futurama, but I'll give that hot take tomorrow. There's probably a few other things that I haven't talked about. But yeah, we'll talk about all that tomorrow. Yep. We'll talk about that tomorrow. And yeah. Yep, there we go. With that, I hope you all enjoyed. Stay tuned for more. Until next time, peace.